I think that's new. I haven't found it there before,
Huh, okay.
but there it is. Okay, so for the recording, this is April 1st. And we have a quorum consisting of me and Arlene and Garrett, and we have Claire as our guest. And we do not have draft minutes from our meeting of March 18th, but we do have draft minutes from our meeting of March 4th. And I wonder if we might approve those.
I'll move to approve.
I second.
Okay, any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor, Arlene,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Pat, yes. They are approved. We have a situation going on. It's not dire or anything. I know this has come up with us before, but we have 31 Merrill Drive, which has been vacant for a while. It's changed hands a few times. We have an issued permit and local upgrade approval from from 3 years ago. And so it hasn't been installed because the owner at the time ran out of money and he sold the place to somebody else who now wants to get that permit renewed. I'll just tell you what I did. I can't ask your permission because I've done it.
Excuse me.
I gave the installer, got the installer to get a permit and gave him permission to start the installation. What I'm having them do, in fact, I've already had them start this. The new owner has filled out a new disposal works construction permit application that we're not going to charge him for because it's already been reviewed quite some time ago. And we're going to, what I would want to do, I'm going to ask you for permission to do, is reissue that permit with this year's number on it so that it will be more consistent with reality. Possibly it's in now, possibly they haven't started yet, but it's moving forward. The only little wrinkle I had with this was I got in touch with Meg Tudrin, and because she's in charge of assigning someone to, or doing it herself, to do the final inspection. She also does a bottom inspection where they do the excavation and then she inspects that before they put down they actually do the installation, which I've never heard of anybody else doing. And Meg got kind of excited about the fact that the well is only 70 feet away, which is perfectly legal and legitimate. We can vary that distance down to no less than 50 feet. And we frequently do that at the lake. I assured her that in all these years, we have not seen any septic system contamination around the lake in spite of extensive water testing of private wells. And that we attribute that to the soils around the lake and that we're not worried about it. She pressed me to do something, and so we agreed that I would put a condition on the permit to test the well water for coliform nitrate annually at some point in the late summer, probably August 15th to September 1st or something along that line. So that's where we are. I don't mind putting that condition on it, although we haven't been consistent about that. The only thing that concerns me here is that Megan seems to me to be a little bit overzealous. She's she's new to all this. And so she's just come off trainings and she is eager to implement every single thing that she's learned. Sometimes I think to the detriment of the process, but in this case, it's not doing any harm, I think, to go along with this. She even said, "Oh, if this were in Greenfield, I wouldn't permit it," which I don't see how she could not permit it. The law says that they can have this reduction in setback. So what I am asking for is the board to agree to reissue this permit for 31 Merrill Drive with a new number reflecting it's being issued in April of 2026 with a local upgrade approval for the well setback, and to waive the fee since it's already been reviewed. Do I hear such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. And any discussion on this? Or questions or?
So are we going to add in the condition of annual water testing for coliform?
Did I not mention that when I just asked
Well,
for?
when you gave us the background, yes, but not when you sort of worded the
Okay.
motion. But,
Okay.
so we will be adding this annual testing requirement, not just a suggestion, but a requirement. And how's that going to be? I've always sort of wondered, how do we enforce that? You know, if we have said to someone, you need to test annually because you've got fewer than 100 feet going here. How do we hold people to that?
That's a really good question, and that's why we have not done this very often.
Yeah.
I think I know the owners slightly, and I think that they will be agreeable to do it. And if there's a problem, I can explain to them that there are health consequences, potential health consequences if nitrates get into the well that they would then be liable for. They failed to comply. That's pretty much all we can do.
And Megan is pointing to something, so like training or something to say that this is needed. I wonder if she could give us, like a source. Is it spelled out in training materials that she received, or just so that we can have a level of awareness about it too. I mean, so maybe there's been changes in the way that they're training about this, and I don't know.
Well, we have am I right, Kat? We have suggested it in the past when there's a local upgrade approval to less than 100, between 50 and 100 feet between well and septic. But I don't know, have we required it or just urged it?
We have technically years ago required it, but because we didn't really have any way of enforcing it, it just kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah.
But it is an inexpensive test to do. It's not a big deal.
Right.
So, and if, so with Megan, it may be that they're training differently, Garrett. We should in fact find out about that. But also she adduced her nurse's training as part of her reason. The way she put it rather dramatically was that at 70 feet, she said, nitrates are going to get in that well, and nitrates can kill children. And that is all a little bit dramatic. And I don't think that nitrates are going to get in the well because we have this situation all over the lake and it hasn't been a problem because we are blessed with these sandy soils.
Mhm.
However, it does seem reasonable to require water testing. I'd love to require water testing for basically everybody on the lake.
Mhm.
So, Arlene, would you want to propose an amendment to our motion, adding the condition of annual testing for coliform and nitrate?
Yes, I'd like to amend the motion to reflect a requirement for annual water testing late in the summer season.
Okay.
I'll second it. Yeah.
Okay, so Mona Garrett too. Gosh, this is tiresome, isn't it? We have to go through all these details. So we need to vote on this amendment to the motion.
Mhm.
Any discussion on the amendment? Hearing none, let's vote. Arlene,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Kat, yes. Okay, so the motion is amended to include required annual water testing. And if there's no further discussion, let's,
I will just say that I am happy to put it onto my calendar flagged as a Board of Health item sometime in September that we need to look for these water tests from anyone. We've issued this type of a condition, a permit with such a condition. So that it'll at least remind me to bring it up at a meeting so we can look into whether or not test results have come in from,
that would be great.
okay.
That would be excellent.
I don't have a name to attach to that, but I don't know that I need to. Somewhere should we have a list of, okay, here are all the people we should be seeing water testing results late in the summer.
I don't know if we can actually go back into our minutes and find the other people that once upon a time we had
Right.
ordered
But we can
to
do
do
from
this.
this
But we
point
can
moving
start a
forward.
list.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
start a list, but I think the best thing to do is to keep it by address.
Sure.
Not because I wouldn't want to reveal the people's names, but just because that changes and the address stays the same.
Right.
So this
Okay.
one, 31 Merrill Drive.
All right. I will put it on a calendar
That would be
but
great.
they're not going to be installed. I mean, they may, if they get it installed soon, they would have one season. Would we require it of them this year?
I think they should do it this year, just as a baseline.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that it's going to be done quite soon. Actually, it's going to be installed soon. The people have only live here part-time. They have another place on the lake. So my guess is that they're going to keep the place that they have and they're going to rent this one out.
Mhm.
So are we ready to vote on the motion as amended?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, all in favor? Arlene?
Yes.
Garrett?
Yes.
Kat, yes. All right. I will issue that permit post haste. Anything else that you guys need to tell me? Oh, Garrett, I just saw an email about the concurrence meeting of MAFCO. Is that something that I should attend, or can you handle that for us? Or
I can do that. So just for background and to give Claire some more information. So MAFCO is the Mohawk Area Public Health Coalition. So basically all of the Franklin County communities boards of health and health departments form this coalition around emergency preparedness work related to public health and public health emergencies. MAFCO receives funding from DPH that comes from CDC. And each year when CDC renews the funding, they require state health departments to gain local input and support for how it is that they propose to use the funding and distribute the funding. So each of the coalitions in the state, and there's about, I don't know, there's probably about a dozen coalitions that receive funding statewide, maybe more. Each coalition has to meet, review the amount of money that they're going to get from DPH and the associated deliverables, and then take a vote to say whether or not they concur with how the state's going to approach it. Typically, it's a a done deal. The coalitions vote to do that. Sometimes there's some pushback on the state, just so like during COVID, in particular, there was some pushback by coalitions just because of the way things rolled out with COVID and COVID vaccination. So there's not, basically DPH is proposing to level fund everyone, which, first of all, I'm surprised CDC is going to issue the funding, given the state of affairs at the CDC. But the fact that it's level funding is very appealing in the current climate. So I don't imagine that there'll be a lot of pushback at the meeting, but I'll attend the meeting. I'll vote for Shutesbury.
Great,
Yep.
thank you. Is there anything else that we need
Yes,
to know or talk about? Okay, go ahead.
please. It's this, I'm very confused about the upcoming inspection of Morse Hill Camp.
Mhm.
So Victoria Shaw, the director of the camp, called me a little while ago and said that she was aware, I guess she was aware that Claudio's no longer a part of, no longer our health agent and no longer available to do the inspections. And so anyway, she and her assistant director, Jess, have been in touch with Megan. This may reflect on your earlier comment about how Megan is maybe a little over the top on some things. So she's been in touch with Megan, and Megan has sent her a whole bunch of stuff. And Victoria is very confused because it's a very different process than anything she ever went through with Claudia in the past. So Megan is telling her, you should fill out the Shutesbury camp application and pay the associated fee. Is there a camp application, by the way? I don't know it.
If there is, there might be. We never handled it as the Board of
Yeah.
Health. The health agent always did.
So here's the other thing she's telling her. We need the documents 3 weeks before the first day of camp. Then she says all of the policies should be placed in a binder and turned into the Shutesbury Health Department 3 weeks before camp. And then one of their inspectors will review the binder before the inspection date. And then she says, I'm CCing the Shutesbury Health Department so they can share their application and permit fee with you. So,
Okay, I know that there was a permit fee, and I think it was $200. I can check that in our financial records, and I can look back and see if there is an application form that that they've been filling out for our health agents.
Okay,
And see if I can um sort of generate that.
okay.
This
All
thing
right.
about the binder, that is totally new to me.
Yeah. But evidently, Victoria's going to be looking to drop off a binder with us.
Okay, well, that's fine.
So, yeah. And then we somehow need to arrange for um, the collaborative inspectors to pick that binder up.
Right.
I
So,
mean, I guess we can leave it in the Shutesbury mailbox in town hall, I suppose.
Yeah, or we could just take it out of the binder and mail it to them.
Mhm,
so
mhm.
interestingly, there is a recreational camp permit
Yeah.
that says Eastern Franklin County Health District
Ah,
that's posted on MAHB's website.
Oh, great.
oh,
Okay.
how interesting.
So I'll circulate the link to that.
That,
Thank you.
that would be great.
It says that there's a fee of $25. This says that it's payable to the town of Northfield. So this may be an old form,
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
It sounds like it's a form that we can adapt.
yeah.
Is there anything detailed on it? Like asking for detailed information, basically just who they are and what they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Well, that's very helpful. I was completely bewildered by some of this communication. And also it's looks like Megan, when communicating about this, is sending it all to me, even though she's saying, that she's been in touch with the health department. But
Let
um,
me check. I think I might have been copied on that.
nope, it's just to Morris Hill and my Board of Health address. But that may be
Interesting.
because Megan knows that I've been involved with the camp, answering questions,
Right.
and tackling
Mhm.
problems in the past. But okay.
Let me just see. Right. Oh, yeah, she sent it to Shutesbury Public Health, so she's probably thinking that that is the
Main address, yeah.
main address. I'll make sure she gets
Yeah.
straightened out on that. But I'm glad that you're being the point person on this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in the dark about some of this, but yeah, I'll do my best. I will look at that MAHB website and
Yeah, I will too, and we can pull together some.
and it looks like there's a separate fee that Victoria questions just finally, how should we pay the $175 fee? A check at the time of the inspection or ahead of time? And that sounds different from the permit fee.
It seems to me that there was basically one fee, and it was $200, and it basically covered the time that they had to spend going over the policies
Okay.
and the medical records and that stuff, and it's
Okay,
payable
so
to
it may
us.
be that that's the 200 you're thinking of, maybe $25 permit fee and the $175 inspection fee.
Uh-huh. Right. I don't think
Maybe.
that they've previously been separated out.
But right, and now it's separate, the 25 to the town of Shutesbury, 175 to the collaborative, evidently.
Oh, is that how it's going to be?
I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here about maybe
Uh-huh.
that's because
Okay.
Garrett, you mentioned a $25 fee with the applicant. So there may be this application fee, the permit fee, but the inspection fee may be over and above that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I don't think it says anything about inspection fee. It's just the
Okay,
application
all right.
Oh,
and fee
But
25.
but Victoria evidently has been told about a $175 fee. I don't have that email. I just have her questions that she sent afterward, that I got included on.
Okay, well, I'll follow this up with Megan and
Okay.
see basically who's going to get the fee
Yep.
and what should we
Okay.
do about it?
All right.
And
Yeah, it's a whole different process than we've been used to.
yep,
Okay.
everything is, and if we're going to dissolve the district and move into the collaborative, things are going to be very different.
Yeah, I told Victoria that that my confusion was because, this is all a big change and we've had a difficult time replacing an inspector, and anyway, the collaborative just works differently than we did before, but
Right.
okay.
Right. Okay, I'll see what I can find out.
Okay.
And I'll also let Megan know about the email address and that Shutesbury Public Health is not really it.
It's just me. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And she gets emails from me, but because Shutesbury Public Health was on some of your correspondence with
Yeah.
Victoria,
Yeah.
I think she just assumed.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thanks. That's all helpful. Is there more that we need to talk about?
I had one question, and that was if the rest of you received an email from Clara Lopez for COG.
Yes, but I haven't
Yes.
actually opened it
Okay.
yet.
I wanted to try to better understand who this went to and if I needed to forward it on to others. But I think it probably went out to all of the Board of Health members for the town.
What Clara's last name again is what?
Lopez. It's the subject line is for COG 2025 annual report for Shutesbury.
Oh, I think I did see that. No,
And
no,
I just wasn't sure if we needed to share it with others, if it's
no, I did not.
broader than health related. I haven't looked at it.
I haven't either. It came in about 3 hours ago, Arlene.
Okay. Huh. I don't appear to have it.
Okay, I'll send it around to the whole board.
Okay.
And it does look like it's broader than health related. So
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
Okay.
Another thing I haven't had a chance to get back to is the regulation, battery storage regulation. I've just completely let that slide because
Yeah,
I've got an awful lot else going on, but
sure.
maybe we can get back to that after, not tonight.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So if that's all we've got, we could probably adjourn.
Okay.
And we'll be meeting next on April 15th. And I know that we'll be having, or I expect that we will be having a Disposal Works construction permit application, or interestingly enough, it's apparently for that little red A-frame down near the dam on Locks Pond Road,
Okay.
which I thought was recently repaired. So maybe they're upgrading it. I don't know. That's the only thing I know of right now. All right. If we don't have anything else to say, let's adjourn.
I agree. Okay.
All right.
good.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank
And
you.
see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Good night.
Thanks.
Okay. Good night.
everyone.